If you like anything with a fat bass, then you are in the right place. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. I'm Scylla and this is the Drop Spot. Drop Spot. I feel like I probably need to work on that intro a little bit, maybe. Any suggestions? Let me know. I'm just gonna get right into it. This is the Drop Spot, like I said, and I basically decided I needed some sort of outlet for my love of music, specifically electronic music, more specifically drum and bass, bass line, UKG, all garage actually, all garage made from everywhere, but UKG's just top notch in it, and a bit of dubstep here and there as well. So yeah, if you're here and you're into that kind of music, then welcome along for the ride. As you can tell, I'm also a little bit awkward, so we're just gonna deal with that, and hopefully I'll get less awkward as episodes go on. Probably won't. I've kind of been like this my whole 26 years of life. Is what is. So I thought, what better way to start off this podcast, I guess you can call it, show, I don't know, revolutionary extravaganza, probably a better word for it, than doing my favourite drum and bass releases of this year so far. And the reason I'm picking drum and bass to start things off is because even though I love kind of a lot of genres of music, drum and bass is 100% my favourite. So I've picked a few. How many did I pick? I've picked 8. I narrowed that down from a list of like 30 odd. There's been a lot of sick releases this year. I feel like producers are really stepping up their game and I am so fucking here for it. I don't know, I think there's just so much good music at the moment and it's just awesome to hear and I love listening to it. So it's a win-win all round. But yes, I've got 8 tunes all released this year. I tried to get like I tried to get from across the subgenres. What am I trying to say? Variety, that's the word. I tried to get a nice variety across the subgenres because if you know me, neurofunk is my favourite subgenre of drum and bass. However, I love lots. I love it all. I do love it all. I love lots. I really picked the wrong day to do this. Apparently I can't talk. If anyone has any tunes that they reckon should have made the list and didn't make the list, please feel free. Nice. Please feel free, there we go, to like drop a comment and hopefully there's some I haven't listened to. I love listening to new music. So if you have new music to show me, please. I want to hear it. I want to hear all the musics. Much the musics. I feel like I also shouldn't have had 2 coffees. That's okay. So first up, we have got a tune by Skinzano. It's called The Devil, but it is actually a Lavance remix. So originally by Skinzano. If I'm saying that right or wrong, please tell me. But it's pretty fucking dirty. That's all I have to say on it. The Devil, Lavance remix, originally by Skinzano. I really feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's wrong. That is such a filthy track, really. It's just, yeah, that it kind of speaks for itself, I feel. And if you want to hear the full track, then you can check that out. I'm gonna create a Spotify playlist with every song I ever play on here. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go ahead to that playlist. The link will be in the description. Yeah, Wasting no time, up next we have got one by the one and only Mandidextrous. I am in love with Mandidextrous. They are just, I don't know, I just don't think anyone else compares to their sound at all. They're really always trying new ideas. It's always a bit of a mesh with the techno, the speed garage, the drum and bass, like all of that, the 4x4. I don't know, it's just awesome. And I actually remember seeing Mandidextrous for the first time at Boomtown. How old was I? I can't remember what year it was. I feel like I was like 19 and it was on one of those like little side stages, and I just was there for the whole set and I was like, this is so sick. And that was like kind of the start of my drum and bass journey as well, in terms of like getting into it. And yeah, I was just blown away. And have been ever since. Big fan ever since. Anyways, enough yapping. This is Watch the Drops by Mandidextrous, and it is just straight bang on. Watch the Drops, Mandidextrous. How insane, how good, man. Oh, I don't know, I just think their drums hit so hard always, but I love this track specifically for the change-ups. If you know me, you know I've got a little spot of the ADHD, a little spot of the tism, and there are certain tunes that just scratch my brain, and this is one of them. And I think it's because, you know, they switch it up throughout the track, and I love that. I love it when you have all these like little new elements being added in, and like the different breaks and the drums, and and this tune just kind of has all of that encompassed into one. Encompassed? Is that the right use of that word? If not, I feel like you should know what I mean. But yeah, friggin' sick track. Like I said, that will also be added to the playlist. And if you are new to Mandidextrous, then I would 100% recommend checking out their entire discography, big word, because I don't think they've ever actually released a tune that doesn't slap, in my personal opinion. Up next, we have got, so this was actually a new artist that I discovered, not saying they're a new artist entirely, I just mean I had not heard of them yet before anyone comes to me being like, they're not new. I had not discovered them yet, and I like came across this song and I was like, fuck yeah, that is such a vibe. It is pretty filthy, to be honest. And I did have to message this artist because I did not have any idea how to pronounce their name. I now know it is Wiguez, yes, Wiguez, because I thought it was Wiguez. It's not Wiguez, it's Wiguez. And this is Shikisha. And I love that name, Shikisha. Kind of makes me think of, I know it's not the name of the hippo in Madagascar, but it kind of makes me think of the hippo in Madagascar for some reason. Do with that what you will. And I actually went ahead after finding this song and I listened to this artist, like a lot of the tunes this artist has been putting out. And honestly, wow. Also, I really apologise for if you're watching this, obviously if you're listening to this, then mind your business. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, then please ignore my awkward little hand dancing. Honestly, I find it very hard to sit still when a banger is playing, and I don't know, you just need to move sometimes. That indicates a good tune though. If it hasn't got me bopping, it's shit. So that was Shikisha by Wiguez. And as you can tell, absolute banger. But yeah, as I was saying, I've listened to a lot of that artist's music now since finding that tune, and the level of sound production is pretty insane. They are extremely talented, and yeah, you should go listen to all their music, basically. Up next, we have got a track that is, I feel like, so I'm not doing any of these in order of like my favourite to least favourite, but this, oh my gosh, guys, I love Koven, okay, so much. I just think she's so incredible. I think the energy she brings to stage is unmatched, to be honest. Like, she is just, yeah, I would even go as far as saying she's my favourite drum and bass artist, even though I like Neuro. She does do a lot of Neuro in her sets, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know, mate, honestly. It's just the power behind her voice is insane. And this is Polarised, if you hadn't already guessed. That is Koven, Blanke, and also, how do you say, is it Aeon mode? Someone let me know. I don't think I've ever heard it like be said out loud, and when I googled the A and the E like that, because that's like a letter or something, I don't know what you'd call that. When I googled that, it said it's just pronounced like A, and I was like, okay, so it's Aeon mode? I don't know. If you know, let me know. Thanks. But yeah, what a collab. But I just, like I said, Katie's voice is just insane. There are so many incredible female vocalists in drum and bass that we are so lucky to have, like, in drum and bass, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen her live a few times now, and a lot of like music gives me goosebumps. I'm a goosebump person. But Katie is one of those who will like never fail to give me goosebumps pretty much every song. So yeah, that's why I love her so much. Not in a creepy way though. I just want to preface that, Katie, if you're listening. Not in a creepy way. I just really admire you. I'm not a stalker, I promise. Although I feel like that's what a stalker would say. So that was Polarised. And that is, yeah, it's really up there. I'm still to find a tune that I want to double with it though. But I feel like there's some that are just so good that you're like, you just need to let them play out on their own. Do you know what I mean? So maybe that's that one. Next up, we have got one by Feed the Fire, Eski83. Is it Eski? Honestly, it's Eski83. And Coppa, Komanche. Guys, if I'm really butchering how you say things today, please let me know. Like, I'm not one of those people who will get offended. Like, I'd rather people doing things right. Aesthetism. I'd rather be right. I want to be right all the time. Anyways, this is Bust Up the Dance. And next week, we may have a special episode with one of the artists who made this track. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that.
See how the lights go up. See when mash up they dance. When they mash up they dance.
I just want to draw your attention to the second drop of this song because it really slaps, like really slaps. Not that the first drop doesn't, I just really like it.
Mash up the dance, remember mash up the dance. We bust up the dance, yeah we bust up the dance. Say we mash up the dance, remember mash
You know what I mean? How good, how good. And I love that. I love it when a second drop is different to the first drop. Like I said, there's certain noises that just itch my brain, and that is one of them. That you know the one. So yeah, that's Bust Up the Dance. Like I said, special guest next week. Can you guess who it is? Moving on though, we have guys. So again, if you know me, you know there is nothing I love more than women and drum and bass combined. That collab on its own. Female DJs, I just think they bring a certain type of energy, and that's not just because I'm also a female DJ. It's just because I think women are the coolest people in the world, and if you think that's misandry, then that's up to you. But recently, two insane women in the drum. Oh my gosh, I need to stop touching those headphones. I'm gonna unplug them. Something's gonna come crashing down. Sorry. Yes, recently, two insane women in the drum and bass scene linked up for a collab, and that is Lens and Emily Makis. So there are actually a few DJs that I saw at the start of, like, when I was just getting into, so I got into drum and bass going to raves and stuff when I was about 17. It wasn't until I was maybe, I want to say I was like 22 when I first was like, I kind of I'd like to have a crack at actually mixing and blah blah blah. Lens was one of the first female DJs I actually saw. It was Lens, Georgie Riot and Harriet Jackson. I had seen those three at separate occasions DJing, and I thought, yeah, heck yeah, if they can do it, I can do it. And that is why representation is important, just saying. Yeah, and then I remember the first ever tune I heard of Emily Makis was High Note, and again, goosebumps, man. Like, her voice is insane, like insane. Like, I recently saw the 60-second, what's they call that, 60-second thing on Radio 1, you know what I mean, if you know, you know. And I actually reckon that's the best one I've ever seen, was her doing it. It was just incredible. She's just awesome. And so is Lens. So as soon as I saw that they'd made a track together, I was like, I don't even need to listen to it to know that I'm gonna love it. And I did listen to it, and I did love it. And also, if you haven't already, go and watch the freaking music video for this, because it's literally iconic. Yeah, actually iconic. But it's such an anthem. I need to hear it out live.
Danger zone, it's the danger zone. It's a shutdown thing, full force, no crowd control. You know we love that system overload. And when the feels like kick us out, say vamonos. It's the danger zone. No public order, trying to breach the border. Human traffic at the barrier is woven. Barbed wire fences pitting us against this. Think plastic gas fogging up the lenses. Just an individual, you on the run. 'Cause I'm trying to escape when the sirens come. Repping 808 like
And that last bit, with those sort of jungly drums, and I feel like as well, that's the first, I want to say the first version of Lens I saw. The first set of lenses I saw was just like a pure jungle set, and it was incredible. And I love that. I love that she doesn't just play jungle, but I love that she's incorporated that jungle element into this track. I think it really works. And yeah, I just, like I said, I love it when a tune like switches up. I love it. It like really keeps my brain engaged, and it's like, yeah, turns it into a bit of a hyperfixation song. Have listened to this many times, just saying. yeah, just love it. Love them, love this track. Really hope they do another collab together, to be honest, because you can just tell when artists like have good chemistry, because it just like really comes out in the music, I feel. So yeah, that's Danger Zone by Lens and Emily Makis. Again, like I said, go and watch the music video if you haven't, because to me it is the epitome of like female empowerment, and I love it. Up next, I feel like this won't come as a surprise to anyone because DJs everywhere have been rinsing this track out, me included. I actually went to a DJ competition where we all got to play like a little 20-minute set, and I went on my own, so I didn't go for the whole thing because I was like really awkward, and yeah, I was just like waiting my turn. But literally, I put it in my little set, and then the 3 people before me had also put this track in their set, and I was like, well, I guess that just shows that it is a good tune. So this is Pressure by Ekko and Sidetrack. Oh, you know what would really help if I actually played the right song. This is Pressure by Ekko and Sidetrack and Subsonic. And this is just, I think this is going to be such a classic. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll look back in many years and we'll be like, that was a classic, you know?
You can't handle
Again, if you're watching this, you can probably tell that my favourite thing to do is lip sync to drum and bass sounds. Can't help it. It's like a form of stimming. My other neurodivergent people out there, do you also find it's a form of stimming? Because I do. And I think that's why I like drum and bass so much, because I can make all the weird sounds, and it's kind of not weird because those are the sounds that are actually being made, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that was Pressure by Subsonic and Ekko and Sidetrack. Just such a banger. And yeah, like I said, it's just, I think that's going to be a timeless tune. Most tunes are timeless, actually. I take that back. But that's going to be one of, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I picked the wrong day to do this because I can't words. Right, we have one track left, okay? So our last track is no other than Raving in the Studio by Aitch and Bo. Now this, I have to admit, I don't mind rap, but I wouldn't say like I have like a playlist for it. I wouldn't say I listen to it that much. I know who Aitch is, obviously, but like this is kind of my first experience of actually hearing a full track of his, or that he's in. Do you know what I mean? And obviously that Gorilla sample, yes.
Shubs in the booth, in my hand 2 cups in a suit. All the gal them stuck to the kid, rude boy should've stuck to the truth. Mixed vodka with a sip, so fuck round, mixed cognac with a boost. Stepped out, jump in the whip, got 10 things in the back of the coupe. Safe, tell a man watch, great mic then gripping next watch. Go blind when I start, can't watch. Spit like 16 and breeze. I'm from ends where something gets popped. That's mushrooms, bullets and ease. I'm from ends where something gets cropped. That's pictures, pussy and trees. Then I'm raving in the studio. Raving in the studio. Then I'm raving in the studio. The club ain't fucking open, then I'm raving in the studio. Fuck it, I ain't fussy past the Henny and the Julio. You do as you wish, I'm on my bill, another DB flow. Either way, we're out tonight, I'm trying to make a movie. If the club ain't fucking open, then I'm raving in the studio.
So that is Raving in the Studio by Aitch and Bo. I feel like I didn't, is it Bo? Boo. Bo. Which one is it? Bo, boo. Okay, well, one of the two. Someone again correct me, because I think it's Boo. 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 By those 2 artists. It's such a bouncy track, obviously. And like I said, I don't really listen to much rap. I do love rap over drum and bass. Like I love a good MC. Good MC is a good MC makes a set, I think. I know some people are like, the MC. I like an MC if they're actually contributing. And I like it when they're actually rapping. Like, I just think, yeah, I think it goes so well with drum and bass. They go real hand in hand. So yeah, I love that track, and it's actually kind of influenced me to go and listen to more of Aitch's music because I think his flow is pretty cool. So I might have to do that. I might have to venture out of my comfort zone, so to speak. So that is all the tracks that I picked for today's episode. Like I said, if there's any other tracks that I've kind of missed, I know, like I said, I really had to narrow it down because else this would have been a really long episode, and I think people might have got a little bit bored of me just yammering on and on. But those were my top picks. In no particular order, they were just as I downloaded them. That's the order I did them in, basically. All these tunes are also available to buy on Beatport, which is where I got them from. So if you're a DJ and you're looking at putting any of these tracks in your sets, then yeah, head over there and do that. If you, like I said, if you just want to add them to your playlist, head over to the Drop Spot on Spotify. Again, I'll link it in the description, and you can add all the tracks to your playlist. Or you can just listen to our playlist. Completely up to you, you know. It's a free country. You've got free will. So I decided as well, I want to end every episode with a bit of a mini mix, and I was gonna try and do a mini mix combining all the tunes that that I've spoken about today. And I did have a little practice earlier, and it was much harder than I thought it was gonna be. I'm obviously not a very skilled DJ. Because they are so different, and a lot of them have a lot of words, so we had a bit of a clash with words and etc. So instead, I'm just going to provide you with a little mini mix using some of the tracks that I have spoken about today, and also some other tracks that I have not spoken about today, but also still slap. So yeah, I hope you enjoy.
In the dark haze, polarized gaze, trying to find my way to you. Where the spaces can't erase this. You're the feeling that I choose. I'm tired of running, 'cause you lost the feeling. You're disconnected in your touch. Are you believing in what I'm seeing? Or did the high life get too much? It's all on you now to figure out how. You lost the fight. you, fuck it. 2 shots, fuck it. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you, fuck it. Bust it, 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 bust it.
It's the danger zone. It's a shutdown ting, full force, no crowd control. Cause you know we love that system overload. And when the filth try kick us out, say Vamana. It's the danger zone. It's the danger zone.
hand, 2 cups in a suit. All the gal them stuck to the kid. Rude boy should've stuck to the truth. Mixed vodka with a sip, so I fuck round, mixed cognac with a boost. Stepped out, jump in the whip, got 10 things in the back of the coupe. Safe, tell a man watch. Great mic, then grip the next watch. Go blind when I start, I can't watch. Spit a like 16 and breeze. I'm from ends where something gets popped. That's mushrooms, bullets and ease. I'm from ends where something gets cropped. That's pictures, pussy and trees. Then I'm raving in the studio. Raving in the studio. Then I'm raving in the studio. The club ain't fucking open, then I'm raving in the studio. Fuck it, I ain't fussy past the Henny and the Julio. You do as you wish, I'm on my bill and love a doobie flow. Either way, we're out tonight, I'm trying to make a movie. If the club ain't fucking open, then I'm raving in the studio. Drink and roll trees up, sleeping on me get beat up. If you heard I was with your girl, just know I'm tearing them cheeks up. I don't care about your man, babe, where he's from or what he does. In the studio at like 6 AM, just praying nobody sees us. And it ain't right, partying until daylight. Hit the booth and I take flight, looks like we're in for a great night. Yo, Scruffy seen that scally, treating money like it's Cali. Burning reefer in the taxi, now my things are full of plastic. Then I'm raving in the studio. Raving in the studio. Then I'm raving in the studio. The club ain't fucking open, then I'm raving in the studio. Fuck it, I ain't fussy past the Henny and the Julio. You do as you wish, I'm on my bill and love a doobie flow. Either way, we're out tonight, I'm trying to make a movie. If the club ain't fucking open, then I'm raving in the studio.
I hope everyone enjoyed the Drop Spot's first episode. If you didn't, please tell me ways in which I can improve. Also, let me know what you want to hear. I really want this to be like collaborative. And I want to hear new music, and I want people to show me new music, and I want to challenge myself a little bit as well as a DJ. So if you want to hear certain style mixes, just whatever. If you have any suggestions, consider the comments on my DMs just one big suggestion box. You can find all the links in the description to follow us on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. You can even find all the tunes that I played in the mini mix that weren't in today's episode. They will also be in the playlist for the Drop Spot. I don't know what's about that. But yeah, that's all for this week. I will catch you all next week. Thanks for listening.